Hello, and welcome back to English Flow Podcast Official. I'm so happy you're here today. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt something deeply but struggled to explain it in English? Maybe someone asked, "How are you feeling?" and you replied, "I'm fine." But inside, you knew you weren't really fine. Maybe you felt stressed. Maybe you felt overwhelmed. Maybe you felt disappointed. Or maybe you simply didn't know how to put your feelings into words. If that sounds familiar, today's episode is for you. Today, we're going to learn how to talk about your feelings in English more clearly, naturally, and confidently. Let's begin. One of the most common mistakes English learners make is using the same emotional words again and again. Everything becomes, "I'm sad," "I'm angry," "I'm tired." But real emotions are usually more complicated than that. For example, instead of saying, "I'm tired," you might say, "I feel emotionally drained." Emotionally drained means you feel exhausted mentally and emotionally, not just physically. You can say, "I've had a busy week and I feel emotionally drained." Or, "I need some time alone because I'm feeling emotionally drained." Another useful word is overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means you have too many things happening at once, too much work, too many responsibilities, too much pressure. For example, "I feel overwhelmed with everything I need to do," or "There's so much going on right now that I feel overwhelmed." Many English learners feel overwhelmed when they're trying to improve quickly, and that's completely normal. Another important feeling is disappointed. Disappointed means something didn't happen the way you hoped. For example, "I was disappointed when my plans changed," or "I felt disappointed because I worked hard and didn't get the result I wanted." Now, let's talk about something many people experience: feeling ignored. You can say, "I felt ignored during the meeting," or "I felt ignored when nobody replied to my message." Notice how calm these sentences sound. Instead of attacking someone, you're simply explaining your experience, and that's a very important communication skill. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try saying, "I felt unheard," or "I felt ignored." This sounds more mature and helps people understand you better. Sometimes we also feel misunderstood. Maybe you tried to explain yourself, but people didn't understand what you meant. In that situation, you can say, "I felt misunderstood," or "I don't think I explained myself clearly." These are powerful and natural expressions. Now here's something important. Confident communication doesn't mean speaking loudly. It doesn't mean speaking perfectly. It means speaking honestly. If you're not sure how you feel, that's okay too. You can simply say, "I'm still trying to understand how I feel," or "I'm not sure how to explain it, but I'd like to try." These sentences sound thoughtful and natural, and they give you time to organize your thoughts. Another useful phrase is, "I need a moment to process that." Native speakers use this often. It means you need time to think before responding. For example, "That's a lot to take in. I need a moment to process that." This shows calmness and emotional maturity. Now, let's talk about listening. When someone shares their feelings with you, you don't always need to give advice. Sometimes they simply want to be heard. You can say, "That sounds difficult. I can understand why you feel that way." Or, "Thank you for sharing that with me." Simple words can make people feel understood. And that's one of the most valuable communication skills in any language. Before we finish today's episode, remember this: your feelings do not need perfect English, they need honest English. You don't need complicated vocabulary, you just need the courage to express yourself clearly. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. So here's today's challenge. Write one sentence beginning with "I felt." For example, I felt proud when I finished my project. I felt nervous before my interview. I felt overwhelmed this week. Keep it simple, keep it honest, and most importantly, keep practicing. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to English Flow Podcast Official for more real-life English lessons. Take care of yourself, keep learning, and keep growing. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.